Okay, wow, they have been busy here. This is that pot the Formica colony nests under. And I see soil all over the place, so let's have a look underneath here. Again, queens right in view. Multiple queens. No eggs yet, though. Okay, this is a stepping stone I have in my yard, just kind of randomly placed, middle of nowhere. But underneath it, get a little closer here. Camponotus castaneus. Camponotus differ from Formica in that they have an arched back. I'm sure there are other things, but it's all, you see how it's all one arch, whereas Formica it would be divoted, where they'll have multiple arches. These like to nest in soil, unlike other Camponotus species. Not sure what's on the rock itself. They also have a major cast, among other things. Over here, on another stepping stone, there's some more ant activity going on. If I can find them. Another Temnothorax curvispinosus, which is one of the most common species we have in North America. I can just reeks of citronella. These are Lasius interjectus, and they have their underground aphids here. They go by the name citronella ants because they smell like citronella. If I can zoom in further. Go back down here. Basically, they attach these to tree roots or shrubs, and they produce a honeydew that feeds the entire colony. They're a social parasite species. Look at that. I got a baby earthworm. And I read that they store the eggs to these over the winter to restore their populations, but I've got to say, oh, there's a larva. That's the other thing. This species flies in the springtime. Their queens are kind of a red color, unlike Lasius claviger, which I'm sure many of you are finding around. But anyway, as you can see, these are clearly not eggs. Might be different casts. Aphids are kind of weird. Some of them are born with wings and fly off to other plants to start whole new clonal populations that don't have wings at all. I don't think that works that way with root aphids. Now, I have found species with wings inside of their nests. I believe what was happening is the aphids were laying eggs and the ants were taking them down, but I think the winged aphid in question then flew with the coop afterward, because they were not root aphids. So it would be neat to find a different species or something, some sort of what is that? Not I guess it's not quite symbiotic, but they're just taking advantage. If I zoom way the hell in here, you might see at the tip of their gasters is a little tuft of hair. It's called an acidopore. And it's one of the things that makes them, it says that they're in the subfamily Formica. Trouble's focusing in on them. Or getting one to hold still anyway. Some Virginia bluebells coming up, and behind them is a woodland poppy. If I could get a friendly Phacelia to grow here, I'd have a perfect little spring combination of wildflowers. Spring beauty coming up. I like how the flowers turn pink as the year goes on. Actually. Well, Temnothorax curvispinosus stealing some nectar. I didn't know they did that. It's not this early, and from this plant. Not warm enough to be flying, but it is warm enough to be foraging, apparently. So the occasional worker. That male there I just disturbed. They're not flying here, but once they're out of the nest, they're out of the nest, so I just come across the males of the species hanging out in leaf litter. Because I don't think there's a colony here. At least I've never known them to nest under things before. Probably not in focus. Nothing to say anyway. Yeah. And I think we're going to end by looking at some termites. Thank you for watching.